Patterson. We are at the 13th annual St. Louis Prototype Modelers Meet. I'm doing an outdoor photo shoot. We're going to talk about this table saw. That's absolutely magnificent. This is the best hobby in the world.
What's neat?
What's neat?
What's neat?
What's neat starts now.
Catch the What's Neat podcast every week and full episodes of What's Neat every month at the Model Railroad Hobbyist YouTube page.
Who closed here?
Can I just watch?
No, you have to participate.
Yes, it's your show. Well,
yes.
Do you need another set of glasses, or do you have to wear the two pairs?
I'm not going to wear two pairs of that. I'm not there yet, okay?
Okay, that's it. I just want to make
I
sure
need
what
you
we're
to,
doing.
sir, we wear microphones here. If you want to put on a
I
microphone.
have no responsibility tonight.
I know,
Okay.
I can see that.
All right, guys.
I'm glad you traveled into the show. You know?
Hopefully, Scotty, hopefully the debacle with the sound is all good to go. We had a sound test, but Ken said it just sounded good, so that's our sound test these days. All right. Can someone give me a countdown? That's you. You're supposed to give me a countdown.
You ready? 3, 2, 1.
The What's Neat This Week in Model Railroading Show is made possible by viewers like you and is proudly supported by Model Railroader Magazine, helping enthusiasts become better modelers for more than 90 years. To learn more, visit trains.com. Additional support is provided by Spring Creek Model Trains, your destination for model trains. Stop in and say, wow. Check out their website at springcreekmodeltrains.com.
This episode is sponsored by ScaleSigns.com. From street signs to railroad crossings, even billboards, they've got it all. Come check us out at our website with over 1,400 different sign packs available. You're bound to find the perfect addition to your miniature world.
Further support is provided by Microengineering, keeping you on track with quality products for 55 years. Check out their website at www.microengineering.com. Order from your local dealer or order direct by calling 1-800-462-6975.
Intermountain Railway Company, where the detail makes the difference. Check out their website at intermountain-railway.com. Additional support is provided by Yelsma Graphics, America's leading distributor of quality railroad art and embroidered clothing since 1985. Check out their website at yelsma.com. Further support is provided by the NCE Corporation, the power of DCC. Visit their website at ncedcc.com. And thank you for supporting the What's Neat This Week podcast.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Ken Patterson's What's Neat This Week show. Show number 311 for April 12th, 2025. I'm your wonderful host, Joshua Barton, and the April What's Neat is coming out in Model Railroad Hobbyist Magazine in 3 days. 3 days.
It is.
Make sure and check that out. We have a great show tonight with a great cast. I'm going to start over here to my left with Mike Buddy.
Hi, everybody.
And to my right here, I got Steve Mantia.
Hello, everyone.
I got Chris Graff right next to him.
Hello.
And our fearless leader on the end, Ken Patterson.
Hello.
And we have some great stuff on the show to talk about tonight. Do we want to talk about Denny's segment first?
Denny's
Yelsma.
coming next week.
Yeah, he's going to be here next week. We got some really cool jackets to talk about
He's
tonight.
all excited. He said anybody who buys anything, right, jackets or whatever,
Yeah?
free shipping.
Oh, that's
Just
great.
say the What's Neat thing. And real quick, he's got some really cool logos I want to show you guys. I'm going to go backwards on how they were downloaded
This
on the
jacket is
computer.
really cool.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I just love the colors of it. It almost looks like Mopac.
I
but
like the
it's
green
not.
and the purple at the top. That's
Is that
really
Wabash?
cool.
He's also got jackets where he did the gentleman's jacket on the front and then the back with the gentleman's favorite logos on the back.
Oh, wow.
And what is that? Is that a college logo?
WSLO? CW? I don't know.
Could have been his private railroad, but anything is possible. So here's the blue end of the passenger car that was on that beautiful jacket that we showed you the very first picture.
So that was a couple different designs that someone strewed together
Right, he
to
put
make
that one
whole
on there,
jacket.
and then he took this one on there, and then I'm going to go back to that picture real quick because I can do this on the edit. And look, this is gorgeous. Even the color, it looks like it's almost blue or purple. It looks like it's blue.
Yeah, it's very
That
cool.
streamliner word sets it off. The green sets it off. Good job, Denny. On
Wow,
this one.
those are so many stitches to bring that to life.
Yeah, that is so
That's
true.
amazing.
And let's see what else we've got. I guess
Love
this is
City,
the drum
yeah.
head for the end of that car.
There you go, Wabash.
So yeah, Denny's going to be here on the 19th. Is that next week we do a show?
That'd be Saturday,
Yeah,
the
the 19th, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's traveling up with a friend from Florida. He's looking forward to coming and being here.
Very cool. We always love when Denny comes to town because it's all
Denny
always some
loves
great
being on
stories.
this show.
and-
And
Yeah.
there is all kinds of stories
Absolutely.
he has.
He was at the hardware store last week with his wife from one aisle to the other aisle. Hey, I've seen you on the What's Neat show.
You're that guy from that show.
Seriously,
That's
he
great.
went to the hardware store in Florida, and there were other model railroaders in the hardware store, and they recognized Denny's face.
That's
so,
awesome.
I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah, that's very, very cool.
Very nice.
That's neat to hear about,
Yeah.
that when I first had that happen to me, I was a little offset by that. But, it comes with the model railroading territory, I guess.
That's it.
So, Mike, what kind of cars did you bring this evening?
More Burkina stuff. The latest color schemes on their Chevy trucks, square body C10s, and new colors. This one is the Fall Guy truck from the Fall Guys TV series
Wow,
in
that's very
1981. And then a stock yellow paint job and a couple other colors and four-wheel outfits. But
Wow,
this
Mike.
last one is from the Indy 500 in 1981, the 65th Indy 500. It's a race Indy hauler, GMC Indy hauler. But what's cool is that one's a GMC version, whereas the others are Chevys. So they're putting out both versions of these square body Chevys.
Very
So,
cool.
and then these, I was really excited to see these two new colors come out of the Gran Torino.
Okay.
And they also re-released the Starsky and Hutch version because so many people missed out on it the first time. But last time they did brown, gold, and green, and I'm trying to get enough to fill an auto rack, and I'm glad that they did these new colors. It rounds it out a little bit. So, and then the last ones here are new colors for the Cadillac Eldorado, and like everything that Burkina does, all the little etched parts and the rear view mirrors, all the chrome trim, and specific tires, wheels, and tire packages and stuff is just amazing. And I'm really glad that somebody is making so many U.S. North American models.
I agree.
And Burkina's
Now,
really,
I have a question about the trucks. I heard you guys talking earlier, and those trucks would not be found like that on an auto rack. Is that correct?
No, not with those wheels, and they would have that suspension. But I think Chris was saying that they would just have regular stock white
And that
steel
all the
wheels.
customizations would be done at the dealership.
So this, hold on. So this is not factory jacked up. This is
Well, the suspension is, but
right, okay.
I don't think
they sell
GM.
factory that way?
The roll bars and that wouldn't have been.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
When they shipped
It
them,
it wouldn't
and
be shipped
the
like
winch
that
on
with
the
the extra
front.
bumpers.
Can I touch
and
the brown truck? I got my OptiVisor on.
If it'll make it
I'm
over there.
ready.
Ooh, it rolls.
Nice.
It rolls good.
They would be added.
So
options
that's
at the
from
dealer.
the-
Yeah,
So
so
when you were
you
buying
would
it,
go to your
it-
local
it-
Mike
it-
Buddy Chevrolet
gorgeous.
and have all
It was
those options put on
You'd have
it.
your salesman, and you'd go with
Right.
the different
That's
options
right.
of what
That
they
is-
cost.
Right.
Yeah, that
Or
is
the
really
owner would
cool.
do it
I
after
grew
they
up
take
watching
delivery of it.
this.
Yeah, Fall
William
Guy.
Shatner on, as the Fall Guy, and this is really
That was
pretty
Lee Majors.
Pretty darn.
Majors,
Yes,
that's
Lee
Yeah.
$6 million
Majors, that's
man,
right.
and then the Fall Guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, very
So
cool.
I'd like to see the same color without that logo on the front, but maybe I can try some easy off on that or something.
Yeah, you have your ways.
Right.
Your magic ways. to do
Yeah.
it, so.
Anyway, thanks, and thanks to Bob Johnson at Masterbuilt Models for sharing these with us.
It's always a pleasure for him to send you stuff and you show it off on the show. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah. All right.
You got a buddy at Mike Buddy Chevrolet.
That's right. I love the logo.
I think that is great. That's the best thing
So
you're-
I see you got the egg car for Easter this
Yes,
year. huh,
Easter,
Steve?
my yearly
Ken's
thing in
blocking
that. So,
it,
you
yeah.
know, Ken's playing with it. He's
Nice.
seeing what he can do with the eggs and that. But this time of year to bring the Lionel, the usual O-scale Easter car.
Love it. It's
Bring it
very
down from that,
symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
So how's the selling and buying going of all the collections?
It has been a eventful past few months in that of different type of collections I've been picking up.
Very cool.
So I brought some of the unusual made in China but Z-scale buildings. First time I've ever picked up anything like that. Different unique buildings. It was along with a bunch of other N-scale. And then the other things that gentleman had was also G-scale. LGB. So talk about
Nice.
Yeah.
they're
Right.
quite the comparisons
really.
and things there. But he never did have a layout. But it was all just in the basement, and as usual, how it works out. But other collections I've picked up have been HO or things have been on a pretty good roll
Very
right
cool.
now in that.
You know, we should do a show. Just got this idea watching TV the other night because there's always guys doing these. Oh, we're going to go to your house and clean it up and buy stuff and stuff. A train show where Steve Mantia, you're the star of the show, and it's like a Mary Pick, like that picking show where they're buying stuff,
Yeah.
Right?
Except for you're buying trains. And we
That's-
just follow you around, watch you shake hands, make a deal.
That's his every day.
That's it.
Right.
That's his every day. We just don't get to see it.
So
Just put a GoPro on your head.
GoPro on. One thing that Steve has not really talked about is all the conversations that he's had with some of these people.
Right.
Yes.
We were talking earlier about a gentleman who worked on the Mopac and had all these amazing stories that none of us would ever hear. And he had the idea, let's go over and not necessarily put them on this show, but just have them to talk about some of these amazing things and these amazing experiences, because once he passes on, then those experiences
Right.
and stories pass on with him. So maybe we can get over there and document some of that neat stuff before history is gone and we don't know anything about it. You
Right.
know? But it was really neat how those stories.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I sat with him for a couple hours, and he was telling me the stories with Mopac and different things there, and it's just stories you're not going to hear read in a
Right.
book or have on in the internet. It's just
Yeah,
these
that guy, he was
everyday
there,
stories
you know,
that
and he
are
saw
just,
it.
Yeah, it's
like
his
the
point of
conversation
life,
we
yeah.
had a few weeks ago about the collections and all these pictures and all these menus from train cars and things that that are someone's collection, and how us just talking about them keeps those collections and memories alive.
Right.
So,
That's the main thing, is just so that when anybody watches it, there's at least it lives on again,
Exactly.
and somebody hears it
So,
that way. So
I look forward to seeing what we can develop with
yeah,
that.
I would like to get that to work out.
Definitely.
So.
Ken's rolling the 8 car.
He's just
possessed.
shaking the table.
So
you just can't have him play.
Yeah. He's
We're
just
getting a
Who
bow.
invited him to
Yeah.
the show?
You know, you
we
get-
need
you
to find
take-
a news station going out of business and get their set.
there we
Yeah.
go.
Right? Hey,
That's a
hello.
good idea.
That's it.
If there's any news stations that are getting ready to collapse, we'll buy your
that's
You know what?
sets
It's just,
from you.
you're always switching out. It's time for the new summertime set, so we'll take the old plexiglass set,
We
right?
can have a channel 6 in front. We'll just spray
Wouldn't that
paint
be a
it.
breath of fresh air, a
Yeah,
brand new
that's
table?
It'd be nice.
We got a brand new everything else going on around here.
I
Why don't we
know.
rebuild this next?
Well, all right, you got to do that by next Saturday. Go. All right. So who brought the Z-scale stuff here?
That's
I brought-
Steve's.
Yes,
Oh,
that's the stuff
yeah,
I brought
okay.
there. The unique things.
What's
that way.
interesting about it is, okay, Z, 1, 2, 20. Easy to remember for you because you're an electrician. 220,
Right.
240, whatever it
Whatever it
takes.
takes. that's it.
221 when you.
But this 220 is so close to those die-cast airplanes
Yeah.
that are very collectible. I've got a couple in a cabinet upstairs that are way far away from the train basement down here.
Right.
And I just like to look at them because, I rode on that Southwest plane once, and that's really neat. Or what does the Concorde look like in relation to size-wise
From
the presidential 747? I found that to be fascinating. To just go, have those as a collectible case. But this is that scale just about. 1/220 is not that far from 1/200.
Right.
It couldn't be. We're so far down in the fractions.
Right.
Right.
You wouldn't really notice that.
I,
So
I wouldn't.
That
anyway.
that would be, you definitely have enough room to have an airport.
You could have an
small
airport.
yeah.
Right.
And your Z-scale train.
With a train, yeah.
Anyway, that's my,
Yeah.
One little story about one story about the stories I picked up. A collection I was at last night, talking about airplanes and stories that way. The woman used to be a flight attendant for Ozark.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
she was telling me about. I was asking her about flights and different things and how
Yeah.
you got to travel and that. But again, just what we're talking about trains and going there. When you get in the door, here's another story that comes in. You're just talking to the people
Right.
about their
Yeah.
everyday life, but it was just a different world then. Sure. I remember Ozark. I'm sure.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
can hear the
I
jingle
could
at 6
think,
o'clock
yes,
in the
that's it.
morning,
Yeah.
right? Waking up for school, the Ozark Airlines on
She had a-
KMOX.
She had
I
a
still
commemorative
remember the
plaque
phone
on the
number.
wall. Yes.
Very cool.
Oh my goodness.
739-1111.
Wow. Again, little things you pick up stories.
Ivanhoe
just
6
can go right.
That's
2638,
great.
right?
So the Z-scale stuff, are you planning on building a little Z-scale
No.
something or other?
No.
This is just something you picked up
something
from one
you
of
picked
the...
up, and like everything else, I still got to stay with my O scale.
Right, right.
I like either the Lionel cars or the MTH or
Yep.
the occasional picking up the new stuff from Menards. We're getting some landscaping done in the yard, and so I was making an order from Menards, and just by chance, one of the boxes of cars with the Saturn V flat car on it,
it just fell
just
right
happened
into
to
the-
fall in the thing.
Right,
And
right.
when I was showing Glenda the site, because we had to get some new lawn furniture and some there,
She
she
clicked
said,
a
"Well, what's the
couple
thing in the
cars
what's the
in.
thing in the middle?" I said, "No, that's the there." She said, "No, that thing there."
No,
So
no,
it happened to
no,
be
How did that get in there?
Oh, that just
Gosh.
jumped in the cart. We like how Menard stuff is, and like to have it pick up in that. So
Well, that's great. That's great. Chris, what did you bring tonight?
I've got some flat cars. I've got a couple of F89F flat cars from Athearn Genesis. They come with the 40-foot Z-van boxcar or trailers. They're really nicely detailed.
They are.
And those are as delivered with the brown paint scheme. Later on in the later 60s, they changed the basic paint to yellow.
Is this a
Right.
recent release?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
this is all
they're
new
doing
tooling.
nice work.
Yes,
yeah,
they
very
are.
nice work.
And this is actually 89 scale feet instead of the old
Yeah, they're the true
85
89.
foot
really?
Athearn flat car.
And they are Athearn?
That's
Yeah, the
nice.
Genesis. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
All,
The only thing is they only come with one trailer,
right.
which is kind of odd, I thought.
Maybe they're trying to hold the cost down a little bit. but,
Probably.
Yeah,
But yeah,
they are very
and
nice.
the tractors are really nice too. The
Yeah, I think
Rialto
they're new
and
molds,
Central.
too, I believe.
Yeah, they must be.
They have the recesses for all the connectors.
Oh, very
for the-
cool.
Yeah.
So they sell they sell them separately, so you can not just
Well,
buy
the trailer comes with one. I mean, the flat car comes with one trailer.
Right.
And I think you can buy the trailer separate.
Yeah, I went on eBay and you get the trailers and the flats separately. But
Very cool.
you know, it's a little more economical to buy the flat car with one trailer.
Yeah.
But you know, they're not like the old blue box where you got two trailers for
Right.
$2.50.
Yeah.
Right, but they weren't
Those days are
detailed
long
like
gone.
this
Yeah.
either. So
Yeah, these are way more detailed for sure.
God, what we would do just to get the end door detail. And we would make
Yeah.
a mask and we would paint it to create the effect of the bars and the hinges. And now, God, it looks so good.
Oh,
We'll even
everything's
have
perfect.
the lever for adjusting the.
Yeah,
Slide
sliding
it.
to
Wow.
the end.
wow. So,
that's very
Yeah,
cool.
those are all the parts I break off first.
And then what about this depressed flat car you
Okay,
got
that's
there?
the new release or the second release from Class 1.
Yes.
They got the bow out of them, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those-
that one
those
looks
are
straight as
nice.
an arrow.
And
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That's Wabash, my railroad.
That's a neat color.
But
Yeah, that is a neat
I've been
color.
waiting for those to come out for a long time.
Looks like faded orange or faded.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that color. I've never seen that color on any of the Wabash stuff before. So I have to do a little research on that. And I don't know if it's deliberately supposed to look faded or.
Yeah. Now Class 1's doing those high cubes too that you ordered.
Yeah.
God, that is beautiful.
Yeah, that's Stephen Priest's
Tons
venture.
of detail.
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah, I know. We photographed. I've got photographs of the red one. It's the same model as the red one.
Yeah, it's just the second release.
They did have
messing
different,
up your shot, aren't I? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They did have different.
See, this is why you
It's
shouldn't.
his
have
first
me sit-
time here.
You shouldn't have me sit so close to the
Well,
toys.
I keep picking up the cars when he's,
Yeah.
So,
The
sorry, Rich.
This particular version with the Wabash had the wood decking. Now, some of the other versions have a mesh
Yeah.
decking.
Oh,
that depends
okay.
on the railroad. And which is
Yeah.
nice too. They make them railroad specific.
Yeah.
Wow. It's very cool.
Okay.
So what would that covering be? Would that be metal slats or would that be
They're
wooden
wooden-
slats?
they're wooden slats.
wooden slats.
And then some of the ones have like a metal mesh.
Yeah, that's
Some of the other
That's probably cool.
very cool. And the
metal.
weight
Yeah,
on
it's-
it is really nice.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
frame is all cast.
Yeah, nice and heavy.
So,
Very cool.
that's what I
So
got.
we got Dremels here on the table.
We do.
What trouble have you been getting into with these?
Yeah.
Oh, give me some toys
He's
to
doing
play with.
self-dentistry now.
that's
He's going to be his own dentist.
I bought my first Dremel. Oh gosh, I think it was 1979, maybe 1980. I had my
showing
job.
his age
It was
again.
before I got the job at the hardware store, but I wanted a Dremel so bad, and I think they were expensive back
They
then.
had just came
They were
out,
like
didn't they?
$29 or $34.
Yeah.
That was a week's
But
pay
I
back
got
then.
my first Dremel, baby, and I was off to the races because I could cut, I could carve.
Drill.
I remember my girlfriend, carved her little name in my workbench, with the Dremel, and I thought that was just like the whole world right there. So on the show, you've seen me using Dremels, corded and uncorded, and the one I've used the most has always been this 8220 that's been around for years.
Yep.
And I've got a couple of these. That's the battery-operated unit, and the beauty of it is that when you've got it set on slow speed, you can actually slow it down with your finger
Nice.
enough to drill into wood beams when you're building bridges.
Sure.
Because sometimes you want to slow the bit down.
Right.
The
Plastic,
really tiny
too,
little
also.
bit, slow it down, all right?
Yeah.
Good luck with that. It's perfect. You've had two of them for years. And then on the show probably 6 months ago or 5 months ago, I talked about this latest offering from Dremel, which was the 8250, which is really a more powerful unit, has a completely different battery system than the original unit.
Digital readout.
Yeah, it runs smooth. You really can't slow it down all that much with your fingers. She's a powerful unit. It's great for cut and track. It's great for the wire brush to polish the rails after you've done your soldering. I like to always have two Dremels at the same time, one for cutting and one with a brush on it.
Right.
Because I go back and forth. Okay. Well, somebody in Reader's Comments said, hey, you should check out the Milwaukee Dremel. But it's not a Dremel, it's a Milwaukee rotary tool, I guess is that. And so 5 months later, I saved up a few pennies, and I got one of these puppies.
Yeah.
And I can tell you what, this, just like any piece of Milwaukee equipment I've ever seen, is amazing. I'm not going to say it's better. It's freaking amazing, though.
So
Does it use
multi-speed,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like the other one?
Yeah.
Same bits.
And I can slow this one down with my finger without getting a finger burn, so I could drill slow with it. It takes the batteries I've already got. It's a sweet deal. It really is. And this battery, it's just, I
With
love
being
it.
the lithium batteries, is going to last 10 times longer than the
Well,
ones
yeah,
in
the
Dremel.
Milwaukee system is so tried and true.
Right. Now, the
So-
one thing that I like about Dremels is all the attachments. I have a snake attachment that goes on
They'll
the
all
head.
fit this. Everything will fit.
Very nice. I like that.
There's no, hey, one's better than the other, but there's another offering out there, and it's not bad. It's not like it's going to fail. This is another quality product, like Broadway Limited and Athearn. That's what we
Yeah.
got here. Oh my God, it's like a pencil I can poke it.
Yeah, it's always, that's where I wait for their
got it over
delivery.
here.
So thank you
I'm
to the
glad I'm
gentleman.
up high here. I
that
got
left-
to
Safety
reach
glasses in the
you.
car.
Thank you to the gentleman that left the reader's comment about this. It is in fact a fantastic machine, so you can't go wrong. There's no doubt about it.
That's awesome. We love your readers' comments. Please keep sending them in. I know I got a picture of a gentleman that bought N-scale cars from from USA Value Trade.
Oh, we've sold
USA.
28 in the last few weeks.
Very cool.
And N scale and HO scale both. And the most popular color is dark blue.
Yay!
Go figure.
All right, I love that. That's great. We love to see our cars and your cars on your sets.
Yes.
Keep sending them to us, and we love your comments for the tools and stuff. That always gives us more things to talk about and more topics to talk about. So,
Right.
Yeah. Anything else? Should we go around the room? Mike, got
Nope,
anything?
nothing else.
Steve, Chris,
I'm good.
Ken, Patterson?
We can run back and forth
Rich?
on the layout with the NCE system tonight.
Yeah, we're going to run back and
Fine
forth
point
because
today.
Ken
Yeah,
still hasn't
point,
finished
yeah.
the layout.
I'm not in a hurry to finish it right now. Maybe I'm savoring it,
I get that.
but I've been cleaning the garage out like this week, working outside. I cut the grass. Everything's starting to grow.
It's spring,
so
there's
it's
other
time to start
projects.
sharing the time here with outside.
I haven't been able to work on the layout much at all this week, so it's getting to be that time of year. So next week we got Denny showing up in person on the show. Check his stuff out at yellsmagraphics.com. Get your own jacket, get your own shirt, hat, apron, whatever you need. He can embroider it for us. What else do we have to talk about?
I know something.
There you go.
Microengineering.
Ooh.
Their new website's not done yet. I supplied them with a lot of pictures about 3 weeks ago. They're going to have a beautiful new website. I know that. But they're in business now. The machines are working. The factory's
And they're all
humming.
caught up on their orders and they're ready to serve you guys.
They sent a ton of track here for the new switch yard.
Nice.
And they said that they would like us to mention from time to time that they are doing business quite well and taking your
Good.
orders.
And hopefully we'll get to get up there and see the
They
new factory.
asked for that. They said,
Yes.
"Can we come up there and go see his place?"
Yeah.
And he's just kind of not that far from here, but you got to take a bunch of back roads
That's
to get
fine.
there, so
Right.
it still
That's
takes
our
3
MO,
hours
so it's
to
okay.
get there.
It's all right. We
It's
don't mind
amazing,
that.
right?
So.
Yeah, Macon.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
3 hours from here.
Microengineering.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely check them out. Check us out. Spring Creek Models. If you have a convention that's coming and they're coming, you can order something. They'll bring it right to the convention and meet you in person and talk about your new buys. So, yeah, check them out. They have the new car for their anniversary as well that we talked about last week.
Yeah, it's right
And
behind.
yeah, it sure is.
Yeah,
Right
those
there.
are cool.
Very cool. So we'll see you next week, and let's go run some trains, everybody.
Yay!
Yeah. All right, thumbnail.
I got to run trains back and forth for how much longer?
I don't know till you do the. We can start
I
right
could
now.
just put the main line down. Would that be cheating?
Yes, kind of, but it,
I really
at
want
least
to
we
just do
run
it
some
right.
trains.
I want to lay it permanently.
All right, we got to do a thumbnail. Pick something
Okay,
up.
thumbnail. I love it when you host a show, Josh. Thanks. This is awesome.
All right, everybody wave.
Okay, ready, set, and.
All right.
Right.
I like, this is a good spot because you can see. You
Yeah.
can see what's going on.
Yeah, I
here.
couldn't see any of his trucks, but
No, hey, you got to look at these. They're gorgeous.
yeah, they are pretty
Do you need to shoot B-roll of these?
Convertibles are beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ask Richard.
inside and
Headlights,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Do you think sound worked tonight?
I think so. We're at 24 minutes. Let's throw it in and see.
And the dog's here and didn't make any noise.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
he
a
made
good
noise.
boy.
Good boy, Pooch. Family's here. It's all good.
Yay.
I'm just gonna let the camera